Hey y'all, hey. Okay, so today I'm working on chip bags and other snacks. I had a couple requests in the group earlier this week when I posted the 1-year-old birthday party chip bags that I did. So this is just going to be a quick little video on how I completed that task. So right now I have chip bags printing. I'm using the Workforce, the Epson Workforce Pro 4730. The paper that I'm using for the chip bags is this brand. And it actually says on their chip bag paper, I think, when you search it on Amazon. I will add the links in the comments after the video. I'm also going to be using tape. This is double-sided tape. This is the brand that I used on the first bags, but this is my last one, and I'm sure I'm gonna need more. So I also have this brand. I got them both from Amazon in bulk. So it's just double-sided tape. If you're not a fan of the double-sided tape, I also use the tried the craft glue on a few of them, and that worked well too. So I have my scissors. These are the zigzag shaped ones. So I'll be using those. I use my laptop for my design. So I did all my designing in Photoshop, and then I just saved them as PNGs and moved them over to Silhouette because I like the way Silhouette prints for me. So I think I have everything printed. What I'm doing for this particular order are chip bags, and on my particular design I did a QR code for the child. So when you scan this, it'll have a happy birthday message that'll pop up. This is what's in the chip bag. I did a custom barcode for the child also, so it has his name, 16th birthday. Here's the center of the bag, so that'll be what you see first for the design. And then this is the other side of the bag. This one has my barcode, so that people getting these treats can, figure out where to order them from, how to get some for themselves, or whatever else I offer. I also have mini Rice Krispie treats, water bottles. That one needs a little bit of trimming, and fruit snacks wrappers. And I just realized on my fruit snack wrapper, I forgot to change the label. It still says Doritos on it, but we're just gonna ignore that. I'll fix that later. Good thing I only printed one page of those. So but here's the Pringles wrappers, and it has the flavor on it, all the same information as the chip bag, just a slightly different design. And then the same for the water bottle. So those are the ones that I'm going to be working on today. For this order, like on the last one, I usually have my guests, my clients choose, what snacks they want. For this one, it's going to be Doritos. They can't have more than one, but this one is specifically Doritos. So I'll be doing just the regular bags of Doritos. I have some fruit snacks from Target. I am doing the 1.4 ounce Pringles. I also have the water bottles from Target and the mini Rice Krispie treats. So those are all the ones that I'm doing today. They're all very simple, very easy to do. Oh, one other tool that I'm going to need is the bag crimper, or the paper crimper. For me, I realized that the hot Cheeto, or not hot Cheetos, the Cheeto Puff bags were hard to close for me with just the tape. So I also have my glue gun on standby just in case. Because some of the bags have more air in them and they're harder to wrap the paper around unless you get a larger size paper. And I'm using 8x10. This is regular 8x10 size paper. It is the glossy, and I did do borderless print, so I didn't cut or trim anything. This is just a full print page. And again, I'm using the Workforce Pro 4730. So what I like to do is use my tape. Let me adjust you guys. Okay, so I just use my double-sided tape, and I'm putting tape right at the edge. And I want to make sure I get that all the way to the edge. Some people like to do just the one strip, then fold it over and keep going. For me, I like to do all the edges at once and then just close up the whole bag. That's what works for me. And I only tape 3 sides. Okay, put the chip bag right in the center. And then I'm gonna fold over the side that I did not tape first. And then the tape side, just fold it over the top of that. Takes a little bit of maneuvering to get them in there. And then these Dorito bags are also kind of hard, like the Cheeto bags, because of how much air is in them. I found that the smaller bags of chips were just a little bit easier, but these are not, you know, horrible. Just takes a little maneuvering. Okay, so I just lined up my seams on the top and the bottom, press them together. And the same down the middle, and closed it up. I actually did this one backwards because I wanted the orange seam to show, so I'll just switch it on the next bag. But after I get the center closed, I line it up in the center at the top, pinch that, and then close it all the way across. Going both ways, trying to keep it lined up and straight. Okay, so again, I just started right in the center and lined it up as best I could, and then pressed it all the way across. Not like that. The tape is forgiving, so you can pull it apart a little bit and readjust. So I'm just pressing that apart all the way across. So this is what you end up with. You can see mine's came out a little off right there. That's not really a big deal because I can just trim that little bit of white. You'll never know. I recommend not really putting anything up here that would be hard to read because it is going to be crimped. So that's why I did that in big bold like that. So then I just take my paper crimper that I also got from Amazon and slip the bag in. I try and make sure it's straight so the crimps come out even, and just roll it in. I usually kind of rock mine back and forth a little bit. I don't know if that helps or not, but that's what I do. I feel like it's making the indentation a little deeper. Who knows? I don't know. I can't see any of you guys' comments. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Just wanted to make sure I wasn't missing anything. So if you guys have questions, please feel free to ask. So now I'm just gonna do the bottom half of the bag. This is how the top turned out after I crimped it. So this is why I said don't put anything here that's gonna be small or hard to read because it's gonna be, you know, crimped. So now I'm gonna do the bottom. And these can literally be done in like 1 minute or less. I mean, it's pretty fast. If I wasn't talking, I could have been done a long time ago. But that's the bottom. The top. There you go. Bag of Doritos. So, sorry. There's one chip bag. Do it the same way for pretty much everything. Let's see. So I do have the flavor of whatever Pringle I'm working with. So that's what I'm doing next, the Pringles. I take the top off and bend this little foil piece back just to keep that out of the way of my paper. Take my tape. And I'm actually gonna put the tape on this side because when I fold this over, I want the orange strip to be on top of the black, so it'll look like this. Okay. So I mean, I could put the tape on the front of the black or on the back of the orange. It doesn't really matter. Okay. But probably would make sense to put it on the back and not the other side, because I still have to put tape across the top and the bottom up here. Okay, so 3 pieces on the back, and then I'm just gonna take my can and I'm gonna wrap that around, and I can give you guys all the measurements of what I used. I will write those in the comments also. So just that quick, there's the Pringles can. Now for the Pringles cans, I do add a sticker. So I put the lid back on like that. And there will be a sticker basically that is, you know, it'll fit, but you know, there will be a sticker with, you know, the same type of, basically this will be a sticker on the lid also. I haven't printed the stickers yet, so, but I do those on the stickers that I put on here. I do those in the printable vinyl, and just cut them out and stick them on. So nothing really super special about those, but that's how the Pringles can turns out. And again, it has his QR code on it, so when you scan that, it'll show, you know, his happy birthday message. His barcode has happy birthday on the bottom and his name. Oh, got a little piece of glue right there. Or something off my desk. Oh, that's something off my desk, y'all. I'm a crafter. I got stuff everywhere. But got his nutrition facts, my barcode, and then just a little birthday message. So that's the Pringles can. And I will be putting a lid on that. Okay. So now let's do the Rice Krispie treat. Where did it go? Okay, so I'm using the mini Rice Krispie treats. This is 5 inches by 5.6 inches for the mini Rice Krispie treats, and I'm putting them in the long way like this. Okay, and again with the tape, excuse me, on 3 sides, and I want the orange side to show, so I need to make sure I tape the black side. So I'm just putting tape across the top, one side, missed it. Okay, and then the bottom. Okay, and then I'm gonna take the side that I did not tape and fold it over first. Make sure my candy's tucked in real good. Oh, wait a minute. I did the wrong one, y'all. So this 5x6 is actually for the fruit snacks. I almost messed that up. So I put the fruit snacks in the middle, fold it over. And then again, just line them up. I either pick the top or the bottom and try and connect that first. And then just lay it on down. Okay, like that, just to make sure that's nice and secure. So that's what it looks like after the first step. I just tape the center with the double side tape. Get it nice and even to where your facts are on the back, pictures on the front. Okay. Once you got that lined up, I usually take mine at the top and the center and press that together, and then, you know, go across. Same way on the bottom. Press it together in the center and then go across. If it comes out and it's not exactly perfectly even, like, you know, I got a little bit of white there, I will just take my scissors and trim that away. You really can't even tell, you know, after that. For these, I did, since they do come in the packet. Where'd it go? These packets come just with the ripples at the top, so I am going to do the crimping on these too, so they look the same. So here's my paper crimper that I'm using. Got this one from Amazon. It was like 15 bucks. And let's give it a stand. Okay. And like I said, I don't know if the extra rocking back and forth really matters, or if you need to do that. I just do it because I feel like it's giving it a little extra, you know. I could be totally wrong, but here's how that came out with the little crimps at the top. Okay, so now we have the Pringles. I'm still gonna put the sticker on. The fruit snacks. And don't mind, this says Doritos. If you're just joining, I forgot to change the label to fruit snacks on these, so I will be redoing that particular one, but just for demonstration purposes. And this is the Doritos. This has his QR code, so when you scan this, his little happy birthday message will pop up, my business code, so that people can order this. Same on the Pringles can. Okay, so now we can move on to the mini Rice Krispie treats. The one I did before, the 5x6, that was for the fruit snacks. So this one is 5 by 5.1, something like that. But I will put the exact measurements in the description. Make sure I got this turned the right direction. But the same with the Rice Krispie treat, I'm just going to put tape across 3 sides. Okay. And then I'm folding over the side that I did not put tape on. And then just connecting the other side on top of it, because this side has the tape. Okay. And I usually try to make sure I can connect the top or the bottom first to make sure it's going to be straight. This takes a little maneuvering to get it in there nice and straight. Okay. And I did on my design, if you can see this, so this is the side that shows, so like this. I made sure that on the other side I did a line, a border also, so that when I cross these over, I know exactly how far to go. So I just line that up like that and try and get it straight on the top and the bottom, so that I'm going the exact same distance every time. Oh shoot, sorry y'all. But I fold it over and make sure that this is lined up with this. Make sure this is lined up with this. I fold it over, and that's where, you know, I put my tape or my glue and make sure those lines match so that it's perfectly straight every time. And I did that same thing for the chips, the Rice Krispies, everything. Like I said earlier, I totally forgot to change the labels on the snacks, but they will look like this with, you know, the name of the treat actually on there. So pay no never mind to the Doritos sign on the back here. This is actually Rice Krispie treats, and that's where I usually put the logo for what's in the bag. So at the top, I pinch it together in the middle, and then just spread that all the way across on the top and the bottom. So inside of here, I have about, I'm gonna say about 1 inch of space. And another reason why I was saying for the top border, don't put anything here, especially like for these type of snacks, unless it's big and bold, because you're gonna trim this. So you'll need a big, you'll probably want borders like this, where it's big and it's empty, so that when you put your cuts into it, it won't chop up the words that you put there. So to get those grooves that were in the Rice Krispie treat packet, these little marks here, we're gonna imitate that as well on the outside of the package. So I have these scissors. I actually got mine from the Goodwill, y'all. I got a whole bucket of them, 2 different brands with all the different, you know, all the different shape cuttings on them. You know, I hear you can get them from Dollar Tree now. I know Hobby Lobby and Michael's and all that has them too, but I can't tell you how much these cost because I got mine from the Goodwill for like $6 for a couple bundles or something. Oh, but I'm going to trim this one so you can see the ridges on the bottom. I'm not going to trim the top because I put the name there and I don't want to mess it up. So I'm just trimming off the slightest bit at the bottom. Okay. My scissors aren't that sharp anymore because I've been using the heck out of them. So it's coming out a little raggedy. I'm gonna fix that, don't worry. Okay. Okay. Make sure your scissors are good. My scissors are kind of dull, so they kind of did not do too well. But anyhow, it'll be, you know, something like that. Once you cut it, okay. And we're gonna use the crimper and just crimp the ends. So that's it. And do it again on the top side. Go. So recap, we got the chip bags, the Rice Krispie treats with the wrong label on it, we ain't gonna worry about that, the Pringles and fruit snacks, again wrong label, but I'll fix that later. What else we got? Okay, the water bottles. So, like I said, I did cut everything by hand, so I'm just going to trim this one up just a little bit more. I see some little flaws. I could have used my Cricut, but I didn't feel like loading all those mats, and I had a lot of them to do. I feel like, I got it done faster. I put everything really close together so that when I cut it, you know, I only had to make minimal amount of cuts. So this is just a regular bottle of water from Target. I'm gonna take the label off of this one. I don't think that you have to. You could definitely label over it, but these labels are kind of loose. And I don't want my paper to be looser because it's on top of it. So I'm just gonna take that off. And again, make sure it's right size. Uh-oh. Okay. I should have put like another maybe 0.2 inches on this, because it closes, but not as much as I want. And this was 8 by 2, so I should have did like 8.2 by 2, something like that. But in that case, let's see, where did my glue gun go? I could just use my glue gun and glue this on, so I don't have to worry about the tape pulling apart. But the only problem with this is I printed it a tiny bit too small. It should have been 8.2, and I just printed it 8 by 2. It should have been 8.2 by 2. Okay, so like it touches, but just barely, and that's not the goal. So I should have did it a little bit bigger. No big deal though. I only printed a couple sample sheets of everything, so it's not gonna be a big deal to go back and change this. Okay, so I think this will work best like this. Okay. I don't know if y'all can see that, but the tape ripped my paper. Okay. We're gonna trash this one because it got messed up. See? The tape ripped the paper because I was doing it on top of the plastic. And I've noticed that whenever I try and put tape on it, when it's on top of the plastic, it rips more. I don't like the way that looked. Okay, I think I'm gonna switch to glue on the water bottles because that did not make me happy. Gosh. Okay. There's the water bottles. I'm not really pleased with that, so I am gonna do it over and make it bigger. I only printed a couple though, so I'm gonna redo that. But for the sake of the video, here's what we did today. We have the Rice Krispie treats. Okay. The fruit snacks. Rice Krispie treats. I mean, Lord, Pringles. These are Pringles. And then the bag of chips. These are Doritos. And then the water bottle, which I'm gonna print bigger because I printed this a couple centimeters too small. But if you guys have any questions, let me know. I'd be happy to answer them before I shut it down. But there's that. The only things that I'm going to do differently is for the Rice Krispie treats, I need to add a little bit more of a border on the top so that I can cut and crimp this without ruining the name, like the bottom. For this, I forgot to switch out the label, so it still says Doritos. So I used the same template from the chips and just shrunk it down for the fruit snacks. The Pringles, this is 10 by 3. The paper size is 10 by 3. So it'll look like this. And then I just added the flavor to the side. All of my barcodes have the child's name and whatever birthday party it is. It's the small details that make a big difference. So he has his own barcode that will pop up with his little birthday message when they scan this. Then my barcode's on the other side, the cute little nutrition facts, and then a birthday message. So that's the Pringles. That's 10 by 3. This was a full 8.5 by 11, full print, no border. The fruit snacks were 5 by 6.5 for the fruit snacks, excuse me. And then the Rice Krispie treats were 5 by 5.1. The water bottles were 8 by 2, should be 8 by 2.25, or no, 8.25 by 2, something like that. A little bit over 8 basically, because mine were good, they touched, but they didn't quite, you know, meet like they should. So, and I did them at 8, so you probably want to do a little bit bigger than 8. I used double-sided tape from Amazon, and my snacks I got from Target. The paper crimper I also got from Amazon, and the paper that I used also came from Amazon. Oh, sorry. Here's the brand. I think that's it. The size Pringles that I used was 1.4 ounces. So there's that. And the mini Rice Krispie treats, these come like 30 in a box. And then these are just fruit snacks from Target. Water bottles from Target. I also do the juice packets. I usually use Capri Suns or fruit, or the Kool-Aid jammers. But that's it. So let me know if you have questions, comments, tips, because I'm you know, not a pro at everything. I'm always happy to take tips. So thanks for joining me. I'm out. Your moderator.